Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm glad you're still here. So in previous video, we went ahead and installed our Java environments, so JRE and JDK, and we set everything up so that our machine knows where to find our Java installation and so forth. Now in this video, we'll go ahead and install Eclipse, which is the IDE, the integrated development environment we're going to be using to learn Java. So the first thing we do, of course, as usual, we're going to go ahead and Google, and you go ahead and type in Eclipse download. And just click that. And you can see there's right away the first link here says Eclipse download. Just click on that one. So when you hear, there's a lot of options here. I'll, just as a rule of thumb, since we're going to be doing Java development, I'll just go ahead and click this IDE for Java developers. Now you notice also to the right here, we have two options. Again, we have 32-bit and 64-bit. And on my machine here, I'm using a 64-bit. So if you're using a 32-bit, I would suggest you take the 32-bit as opposed to taking 64-bit. Okay. Again, if you don't know how to find out whether your machine is running on 32 or 64-bit, refer to the previous video where we're installing Java JDK. Click the 64-bit here, which is this Eclipse IDE for Java developers. So go ahead and say 64, and brings you here to this download page here. So just go ahead and say download. And of course, you can go ahead and give some money to donate, which if you can, I encourage you to do, because Eclipse is wonderful, and it's always nice to give a hand to those who spend a lot of time to build these tools for us developers. So if you are wanting to help, just donate whichever amount you think you see fit. All right. At this point, Eclipse is indeed downloading, as you can see here at the bottom. So it will take a little bit of time. It's 155 megabytes. So give it a little bit of time, and then we'll get back once all is done. As you can see, so here you see in our downloads, Eclipse unzipped everything there. And you notice that there's actually, if you click in, you can see there's a lot of things here, right? Go back here. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to say paste. So I'm pasting all of the folder into my desktop. I encourage you to actually go ahead and create maybe a folder inside of your documents where you can call developer or development, and paste the entire folder inside there. That way you have everything related to Eclipse in one place. Okay, I'm just putting here on my desktop because I just want to make sure, since I'm showing you how to do this. So ideally you would want to put somewhere where you would remember where to find it. All right. So as you can see, there's a lot of files. It may take a little bit of time, and just let it do its thing. And once it's done, we'll get back to this. Okay. So as you can see, now we have our Eclipse folder, as you can see here to the right, and you can see there's our Eclipse executable. So you double click on that, and you should see Eclipse starting. And since this is the first time you are opening Eclipse, it may take a little while. The other thing that it will ask you is to select where your projects are going to be saved, right? So this is the workspace, and you can change to whatever you like. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and you can also set up to say use this as a default and do not ask again. So click OK there, and it's still doing its own thing, loading files and whatnot. And there it is. Eclipse now is installed and running. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is to the left here, that's where our projects are going to live. So as we create more and more projects, you're going to see them populating here. And this is where our main window, this is where our code and everything is going to show. And to the right is going to be other things that are previews and so forth. Okay, so the first thing we need to do now, just to make sure things actually work, go ahead and right click, say new. We're going to create a new Java project. So go ahead and say Java project here. And what we're going to call this? Well, we're going to call this Hello World. You guessed it. That's the mandatory first program you ever write. And here you can see it went ahead and got our JRE. right? Because this is what we have here. So 1.8, and you can see there's many others. So just make sure you have this Java SE 1.8. That's fine. And everything is good there. Goes next. And this is all good. Say finish. And there it is. Now if we click inside here, inside our source, click there, right click, say new. We want to create a package because this is where our Java code is going to live. So next there, we're gonna call this, and the name convention is it's a little bit strange. So usually it's the reverse domain name, and don't worry about it. We will talk more about this as we go. This is just for you to be able to create your first Java hello world and run it and make sure that things are actually running. So we're gonna say this com.myproject. If I can type .com. Okay, say finish. And now inside here, we're going to right click again, and now we're going to create a class, a Java class. So just go ahead and say class here. And we want to make sure this is a public static void. So click in here because this is going to be our main entry point. And we're going to call this hello. Okay. As you can see, everything is set up okay. And again, make sure that it says public static void main, because this is the entry point to our application. So next, finish. And there you have it. Now the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get rid of this inside of our main void method here. This is a method. Inside here, we're gonna type the following, say system dot out. Okay, so as you can see, there are a few options there. System dot out dot println. And then inside here, say here, hello world. I am well. And don't forget at the end here, we're going to put a semicolon to say that this statement is indeed ready and is the end of the statement. Okay, so let's go ahead and say file and save. Make sure these changes are saved. And now what we can do, we can go ahead and you can click here, say run hello world here. Click on that. And indeed you have here, hello world, I'm well, which is the statement that we asked Java to write out. That's amazing. All right, well, congratulations, you've written your first Java hello world using Eclipse. So this, if you were able to get to this point, it means things are indeed working fine for you. If you have issues, please refer back to the previous videos where I go through the whole process again. And if you still have a question, please don't forget to start a discussion and ask questions, okay? All right, thank you very much and congratulations. I'll see you in the next video.